Welcome to Outrageous Fortunes. I'm Spence, or Resident Moon.
And I'm T, or Twitch Dad, or the T Monster. And this is a show that we record live on Twitch and YouTube, where that's T Morris, am learning the ways of tarot with guidance from Spence, a 20-year veteran tarot reader.
Now, during our time together, we turn the cards, read the definitions, and see what patterns reveal themselves. And we might even go down a tangent or two along the way.
So grab your deck, an adult beverage.
Or just, hydration.
Yeah.
And take a deep breath. And let's turn our attention to the cards.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Hi, Spence. How are you this week?
Hi, T. I'm doing a lot better than I was last week.
Yeah,
Let's be real. Last week was rough.
I hear you. And I understand.
Stress, man.
That happens. And I can't imagine trying to do tarot readings for the public and just having a bad day on top of that.
Honestly, I'm just so grateful that it happened last week and the week before and not this coming weekend. 'Cause it takes a lot out of your hands when you're shuffling these cards. You have a good size hands and your hands get tired when you're shuffling your deck. If you're looking on my stream, I have tiny hands. My cards are as big as my hand from the tip of my finger almost to the base of my palm. So, that would be really hard to do with everything swollen from my condition.
I could see that.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah, but you're in a better space. You're doing better,
Oh, yeah.
feeling better. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Lots of rest.
Good. All right, I'm just gonna do one final shuffle.
Let's once again remind people what decks we're working with.
Yep. My deck is the Erethereal Wonderland Shadow Tarot. The entire deck is inspired by imagery and different inspirations from Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. And as people have said when they watch me do a daily read on my stream, it's wicked beautiful. And yes, it is.
It really is.
Thank you.
For me, I will be working with the MJ Cullinane Crow Tarot. So that's for my stream. This is for your stream. It is my favorite deck by far. I did not expect to connect with the crow as the main character, but I do. So I'm just rolling with it. And we're not gonna talk about how crows and mushrooms serve the same function in the Earth's cycle. But anyway.
Okay. I mean, that could be a topic for another day, but actually,
Okay.
I have an idea for the topic or thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I know it was something that came up the last time. The last subject we had was something entirely different. But between the last time we've had one of these outrageous fortunes and now, I had something happen and made me go, "Oh, I need to talk to Spence about that." So I'm going to set that aside, and we're gonna tackle that when we tackle that. But right now, should I start putting stuff out?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So I'm going to put out my my first card here.
And I'm gonna pull out what my daily.
This
card
is my
was
daily.
today.
This will be my daily card. I always like to say this on my streams in here. Ooh, excuse me. On my streams in here. One thing I've learned from Spence, of many things I've learned from Spence, is that when you do these type of tarot readings, you want to be consistent in how you present the card. In other words, do you do this type of like the vertical flip over, or do you do the horizontal flip over? And I'm of the mindset that if I draw from the card, if I draw from the deck, I've already shuffled it. I've even turned around some things. I've turned around.
So do you flip it this way or
Yeah.
do you flip it
Do you flip it
this
down? Do
way?
you
I'm
flip it up?
showing my chat
So I go on
as
ahead
well.
and I flip on the horizontal, and that way I haven't interfered anything with the shuffle that I've done right here. Oh yeah, before anybody asks, yes, as my teacher, as my mentor in the ways of tarot, I do send Spence photographs on Discord of like all my daily reads and if I do a read, a bigger read without Spence being there, I send it to them and I say, "Oh, what do you think of this?" And I want to say the card.
My first thought, my
Well,
first thought whenever you put those through is, well, what do you think it
yeah, what do
means?
you
I
think it
feel like a
means? Yeah.
therapist. I feel like a therapist when I say that. But I want to check. As a teacher, you want to check your knowledge and also check your intuition.
But the one there was a card that I said I love this card, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. Was it? Oh, I went this deck. I swear, and it was the Page of Pentacles that I got. It was very very accurate, or was it this one that made me go? Oh, I needed this today. Rough mental night on the other. Rough mental night the other night. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the King of Swords, but it was the Page of Pentacles. I think was the MVP that that came out, and yeah, I do. I think I'm growing very fond of the Page of Pentacles. I think I do. Oh, by the way, I have an ad break starting off in about 20 seconds, so I'm going to wait. A therapist. Yes, that's what you are.
Yes, I am a therapist.
I'm a therapist.
So that's just a therapist from Barbados.
There you go. We'll be seeing you in 10. We'll be seeing you in 10, man.
Or from Trinidad.
Now I
the
now
Trinidadies have such a great accent though, and I can't
Yeah.
replicate it without sounding off. So I'm just like, I'm just
But
gonna
you know
sit
what?
here and admire.
You know what? I think I now want to make that. I think I want to put that on your medium no. Yes. Medium rare
therapist.
medium rare therapist, and just that's going to be your title at Old Spirits. Medium rare therapist.
I will take it. I'll take it.
Oh man, that's too funny. That is too funny. Okay, so I wanted to wait until after we got back from the ad break before before we really get into it, because but I want to first make the confirmation that we have an ad break happening on my end, because I haven't gotten the signal yet. I saw that it was counting down, but I'm assuming it's underway. I'm assuming it's underway. Yeah, there it is. Ad break in a minute, and an ad break done in a minute and 25. All right, so that gives me a little bit of time to set up over here. Yeah, so
and note for me editing in the future.
Yeah.
Cut this part,
please. So I can tell you. So while we wait, I can tell you about what happened yesterday. So yesterday, Appalachia Power came through like a boss, and holy Hannah, I was getting ready to play Magic with the crew, and then everything just blinked, and I was gone. I was off stream.
Oh no!
It was. I was not happy. I was not happy by any stretch of the imagination. Yes.
Mind Killer says, I actually will be starting my master's in mental health counseling this fall, and I found out that there was this colloquium about tarot in a therapeutic setting. Hopefully I'll get to see that in the future. Oh, that's really cool.
That's very cool.
And I can see that perspective, because the way that I deal with tarot, when people are like, "Oh, you're channeling the devil." No, I'm not. I am helping your subconscious figure some stuff out with an outward tool. And yes, there is some spirituality to it because I use my spirits to connect with your spirits, etc.,
Right.
etc. But ultimately, it's your brain that's making those connections.
And the plan, at least the plan that I have, by the way, everybody on Twitch, welcome back from ad break. The plan that I have, the plan is when I feel comfortable, I won't be needing the guidebook anymore. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach myself the tarot by actually practicing. And no, I don't feel like my faith, I don't feel like my spiritual belief is being challenged in any way. If anything, this deck has been challenging how I've how I look at life. I will tell you that. It has challenged it quite a bit. And I love that deck. I love this deck for that. I love the fact that just when I think, okay, this deck is done messing with me, it goes, nah, I think I'm just warming up in the bullpen. And next thing I know, I do my draw, and I'm like, okay, you have my attention. You have my attention. So I'm going to go ahead and do my daily read. So I'm flipping it on the horizontal.
Right.
And it is the Two of Cups. It is the Two of Cups reversed.
Okay.
So we go to the book.
So this is what he got.
The Two of Cups reversed. Swords. Ah, there we go. Cups. Minor Arcana, as I have taught myself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And okay, so upright, it would mean perfect partnership, unity, trust. But reversed, and this is just a quick summary, disharmony, broken communication, imbalance. Two teacups intertwine with a heart-shaped stem. Two teacups intertwine with a heart-shaped steam. Cloud rising between them, symbolizing the unions of souls in perfect harmony. The Two of Cups represents the deep connection between individuals, whether it is a romantic partnership, a close friendship, or a meaningful collaboration. Reversed, the connection falters, leading to misunderstandings, imbalance, or disharmony. This card warns of potential conflicts in relationships, urging you to address issues before they widen the gap.
And then on my side, while upright, the Two of Cups offers a harmonious partnership. Reversed, you are finding it challenging to agree with your partner. There may be a loss of respect or an imbalance of power that has resulted in resentment. And then my card for the day is Temperance.
Ooh, so that's Major Arcana.
It is Major Arcana.
Major Arcana. And I'm flipping over to where Temperance is.
And it's such a pretty card, chat.
There's the
like
Fool.
I don't know. Can you see this? Yeah.
Strength, the Emperor, the Mage, the Chariot.
It's number 14.
Up Temperance. Okay.
So I'm gonna, yeah. So moderation, alchemy, angel communication. The element is fire. The energy of this crow is patient and balanced. She has the power to project grace and calm on the outside while actively solving problems and figuring out solutions to complicated issues inside. When the Temperance card appears, it is a sign to take a long-term view when embarking on a journey or seeking a solution. Just as the crow blends two opposite liquids, try to blend and harmonize with the people around you. When working with others, ask for their input and incorporate their ideas. Perhaps something totally new will come of it.
So let's see if I can find Temperance in here. If not, she will be in my she will be in my
reading.
My reading, which will be funny. Let's see, Five of Swords. That's why I didn't want to go looking for it, because I was like, yeah, but I haven't drawn yet.
Well, you don't have to go look for it.
No, but I wanted to show off what Temperance looks like in my deck. Actually, here's Temperance. Here's Temperance. And so this is what Temperance looks like in my deck. And my meaning of it was it Temperance reversed or Temperance upright?
Temperance upright,
Okay.
and it looks like, so it's some kind of toothy bovine skull on a shadowy body. I'm describing this for the listeners.
Right. Mine has the skull, but the ears are elongated, and you'll find out why, because it says here, the March hare sips tea calmly
Mm.
amidst Wonderland's chaos, embodying temperance. This card calls for balance and serenity, guiding you to stay true to your path with patience. It encourages you to let life's energies flow, harmonizing your spirit even when the world is anything but calm. Like the March hare, find peace in the stillness. Or as I would interpret that, the dude abides, man. The dude abides, man. So there you go. That's the way I interpret temperance. All right.
Mind Killers apparently pulls temperance regularly.
That's not a bad card, I think, to pull. Not a bad card to pull at all on the regular.
It's a nice card, and it's trying to tell me to not freak out. I don't have to get everything done today, although I've made a huge dent in the day job work, so I
Well,
can
good.
do other things for this weekend.
Good. All right. Well, then now we get to the 4 card read. And
Dun, 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 dun.
the 4 card read, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now I think what I want to do is I want to try to give my camera here a little more elevation. So give me a second.
Going flying like a drone.
Oh, I wish I could.
That
Okay.
drone footage of the bell tower was real nice.
Oh yeah, I was very proud of that. Okay, so I got a little more elevation on my camera here. Okay, so for those of you who are watching, I did pull off each of these cards as I said. I just pulled them straight off the deck. So this is a 4. We basically do on this podcast a 4 card pull, and the 4 cards that you pull. I want to make sure I get this right in front of Spence. Is the situation at hand. Okay, the first card is your situation at hand. The next card is potential obstacles that you may face. The third card is the advice that is given by the mystical powers that be that the deck or just whomever's watching. That's
whoever loves you.
Whoever loves you. And then finally, this is the potential outcome. This is the potential outcome of what you got. All right.
You did it.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
So, with that being said, here is my first draw. And my first draw is the the 9 of Pentacles reversed.
Ooh, oh.
9 of Pentacles.
I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Okay, 9 of Pentacles reversed. You always get a little nervous. I admit when you see a card in reversed, you're just like, is that good? Is that bad? And sometimes the reversed meaning is better than the actual upright meaning. But anyway, let's see what this has to say. All right, 9 of Pentacles, upright, self-sufficiency, abundance, luxurious indulgence. Oh my.
No.
Reversed though, oh my. But reversed. The 9 of Pentacles is living beyond means, reckless spending, overinvestment. All right, this might have something to do with my Magic the Gathering investment a bit. So that might be a problem. Maybe. All right. A figure stands proudly in a lush garden surrounded by clocks and coins, symbolizing self-sufficiency, luxury, and the rewards of hard work. The 9 of Pentacles represents the culmination of your efforts, where you enjoy the fruits of your labor and the sense of your accomplishment. Reversed, the garden's beauty fades, suggesting a feeling of emptiness or dissatisfaction despite outward success. The reverse 9 of Pentacles warns against the pursuit of material wealth at the expense of emotional fulfillment, urging you to find balance and appreciate the true value of your accomplishments.
And from my deck, reverse the 9 of Pentacles warns financial loss because of poor decisions. You may have hit a roadblock or expect to maintain a higher standard of living without putting in the effort to achieve it. I
Okay.
think mine called you out harder than yours did.
I would. Yeah, I think it did. I think it is a bit. I think that was a bit harder of a call out. Um, it's
It's
what.
always interesting how the writers of the deck guides interpret it.
Yeah, I was gonna
You know what I
say.
mean?
I feel like that. I feel like that at least with this particular deck, I never feel like I'm called out, but I do feel like
Mm-hmm.
I'm warned of either, hey, you're gonna have some fallout based on that based on the decision you made earlier. But just be wary. Yeah, that's what I feel like it's more like be wary of things, as
Right.
opposed to I'm calling you out on your BS. So it is. I do find that very interesting. Okay, so we're now moving on to the second card, which is um, the potential obstacles that we're facing. And we have another cups. It's the Three of Cups upright.
Ooh, we like the Three of Cups.
Okay, so
We
Three
love
of
the Three of
Cups
Cups.
upright. Yeah, it was the Nine of
I'm
Pentacles.
like, where's my Two of Cups? Oh,
Yeah,
right, that was your daily
it
card.
was the Nine of Pentacles, but then we had the Three of Cups
Ooh, but
upright.
that's interesting. It showing up in the obstacle location.
Well, let's see what the obstacle will be. There's
Because
Ace.
normally I really like the Three of Cups.
That okay, Three of
Because
Cups
it's friends.
upright. Friends. It's friends. It's
Friends.
friends. Friendship, covenant, happiness. That would be my challenge. Okay, this will be interesting. Three filled teacups stand together, overflowing with the spirit of celebration and camaraderie. The Three of Cups represents joyous gatherings and the bonds of friendship that bring happiness into one's lives. The card is a symbol of social connection where laughter, where laughter, shared experiences, and the warmth of companionship create moments of pure joy. And that's the obstacle?
So it's time to celebrate. Three crows happily play together from drink from cups overflowing with water. Food is abundant and the warm sun creates a peaceful glow in the garden. Together they are experiencing a joy that is achieved by the positive energy each crow brings to the yard. Insert joke about milkshakes and boys in the yard here. Um,
All
these
my
crows
tarot
want
readings
you.
bring my boys to the yard.
Mhm.
And in some cases, the
Uh,
girls too, right? Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. Never, sorry, you
we'll
go
talk
ahead.
about that offline.
That's a good
um,
boy, Colonel.
the, these crows want you to know that play is necessary, and all we need to do, and all we need, I'm saying, and we all need to take time to enjoy moments with friends and family. With this showing up in the obstacle, I'm feeling like it's a distraction.
I think I know what it's pertaining to. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and
Yeah.
see. And here's the other thing. Chat. You can at least from where I've been sitting here, in the student's chair. Spencer said to me often, "Let's wait until the full reading. Let's wait until the full reading.
Yeah.
Let's wait until the full reading." I have an idea of what this might pertain to because it feels like these two are kind of contradicting each other, but I have thoughts. And this may get a little personal for a podcast, but then again, I'm
When our
that
podcast is
podcaster.
not personal.
Yeah, I'm that podcaster. Okay. Flipping this over for the advice.
I'm sorry. Panic.
The happy group of
Panic says
is the obstacle murder. The happy group of crazy obstacle murder.
that was great.
Okay.
That was
Well
great.
played. Well played. Well played. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Pentacles, and this is the advice. This is the advice that the deck is giving. Seven of Pentacles.
All right.
Reversed. All right, here we go. Seven of Pentacles. Upright means perseverance, results, progress. Reversed, it means procrastination, unfinished work, limited success. A shadowy figure tends to a garden of clocks, representing patience, perseverance, and the long-term cultivation of success. Reversed, the clocks tick away, hinting at impatience or dissatisfaction with slow progress. The reverse Seven of Pentacles suggests you may be frustrated. Yeah, this is getting closer to what I think it might be. Frustrated with the pace of your endeavors, urging you to reassess your approach or to find patience to see things through. This deck, I swear, this deck got some tortitude.
Let me tell you something,
when
chat.
the seven of
This
all
dick
right,
got
Evie.
tortitude. It got tortitude. Bunch of hoodoo, voodoo, hoop and joop.
Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
Okay, Evie.
It is. It is.
So when the Seven of Pentacles appears reversed, it may be a sign that despite the amount of hard work and energy you are putting into a project, the result may not be what you expected. It's time to trust your intuition and cut your losses if you are not satisfied with the rate of return your investment has yielded.
Just real quick, Mind Killer. I'm starting to see that pattern emerge, and I think you're right. But you're also you're close to the mark. You're close to the mark, and I'll explain when if yeah, I'll explain when I get to the final card. If the final card is going to be the potential outcome that I'm thinking, but we'll see. We'll see. Mm-hmm. So right now, just to set it up, this is a card warning me about indulgence. That's the situation at hand. You know, overindulgence, overspending, living beyond your means. The challenge is, the celebration, if you will, of camaraderie, of friendship, of being a community or a family and being together. And then the obstacles ahead is a frustration in feeling like I'm not making the progress that I want to be making in the thing that I'm doing. So we have the situation at hand, the obstacles ahead. The advice is basically saying, look, you may be frustrated, but trust me, you're doing the right thing. You're doing all the things right that you need to do. Don't second guess yourself. That's the interpretation I get from this card. So the potential outcome, and I've had this one before. This is like the fourth or fifth time I think this has come up in my lessons. The Six of Swords. It's a beautiful card. And it always reminds me of the end of the film Excalibur. Because it's absolutely breathtaking. I feel like it's visiting a Wagner.
Six of Swords has come up for you quite a bit.
Yeah,
recently.
I told you. I want to say about 5 or 6 times at least.
Which means you're not doing the thing that they want you to do.
I'm trying to do the thing that they want me to do, but here's what it says. Upright is moving on, rite of passage or leaving. That's what the Six of Swords means. Shadowy figure sails away in a boat filled with swords, navigating a sea of red feathers. Yep, that's it. The Six of Swords represents a journey away from turmoil, moving towards a place of peace and recovery. This card symbolizes transition and the process of leaving behind what no longer serves you, even if the journey is challenging. Yep. It is pertaining to what I think it is. And I will open up that can of worms for you once Spence is ready for me to. Here we go.
So
hit it.
I want to do a tangent before you jump into the can of worms.
Okay, that's cool. Cool.
But through the snow, the crow makes a trip over choppy waters in pursuit of a better life. Along the way, he has lost a few feathers, but it is a sacrifice made for a chance to rebuild and start over. The Six of Swords denotes a time that will require you to cut your losses and begin anew. This decision will not come easily, and there may be feelings of regret along the way. However, once the journey is complete, you will be able to recognize that the result was worth the sacrifice. Focusing on the new opportunity instead of the loss will help ease the transition. Yep. Now, for anybody who reads tarot for themselves or gets tarot readings regularly, if there is a specific card that is coming up for you all the time, that means that you are not addressing the issue. And so you really need to assess, am I looking at this card the correct way? How can I take action on it?
Daddy! Daddy, listen to me! Listen to me, Daddy! Daddy!
Sorry, go ahead.
That scared the shit. That scared the snot out of me. My God.
When you listen to my VOD, I'm running my voice through a voice changer, so it'll be even better.
No, I hear the voice changer.
Oh, good.
But oh dear Lord, that scared me.
Bunch of hoodoo, voodoo, hoop-a-choop.
You were saying.
And so
I'm being a bad student today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being a naughty student.
You're being the Three of Cups in the obstacle. But so if something is coming up for you over and over again, really assess the card. Maybe you've been interpreting it one way, and there's another part of the card that you are avoiding, because we all have an issue with taking the medicine of good advice.
Okay.
And
and I would be in total agreement. And
that's my tangent.
Right. So here's the way I'm looking at this reading. Because it has been kind of creeping up in the back of my mind of late, and it's been both frustrating, but it's also been something I've been coming to grips with. So this right here, the overindulgence. As things currently stand, I will not be attending TwitchCon this year. It's just not in the books. It is financially not happening. And Pip showed me how much I honestly thought I was being conservative when I went to TwitchCon last year, and it turns out TwitchCon was one of my more expensive. It was the only event I went to, but it was the most expensive one I went to. I mean, I nearly spent $1,000 just to get there. Get there. And I am on a currently fixed income, so I can't be doing that. And I really want to be doing that. But I know for a fact I've got to just come to grips and say, unless something changes dramatically in my financial situation, be it the live stream or be it something else, that is not changing neither hither nor there. Then we have this. The Three of Cups, upright. Mm-hmm. And to me, this is a symbol of what's currently happening. If it isn't, I don't think it's this weekend. It's either happening this weekend or next weekend. Let me just check real quick. Mm-hmm. So, note to editor, please edit this out. Okay.
That editor being me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's not happening. No, it's not. It is not happening this weekend. It is happening next weekend. Next weekend, everybody, is MagicCon Las Vegas. And a lot of friends from my pod, known as the Mana Buds, they're all going. Prez is going, Thor is going, and Duretti, Mike the Quad, he's going. And it's killing me. It is killing me that they're going. It makes me want to just say, F it, I'm going to go, but I can't because financially, if I were to do that with there are some funds that we are waiting on. Me and Pip, we're waiting on some results from the Anthropic lawsuit. But you know what? I don't want to be reliant on that money, and two, I really don't want to spend it on something like going to MagicCon. Yeah, it's just something that has been weighing on my shoulders, and I would love to go, and it bums me out that all these people I know, all these people I really just enjoy being around, they're not going to, they're going to do their own thing. I'm like, okay, cool. So then the advice is stay the course. You're doing the right thing. Stay the course. You're doing the right thing. Stay the course. Right. Don't question yourself. Don't question your methods. Don't question your motives. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. You're right. And they're right. And I shouldn't, because I know that I'm doing the best I can right now with the stream. And I'm making progress, headway, maybe not in things like my immediate numbers, but Spence, I don't know if you noticed, but one of the things I've been noticing lately, and I'm thinking maybe I should be keeping track of this as well. I'm not only keeping track of my analytics, but I started doing something different with my socials. I am now, when I post that I'm going live, I'm dropping a reel. And I've been focusing on that. I've been focusing on making reels. Pip walked me through CapCut, and I'm now finding myself, I'm challenging myself to do different things.
Are you doing CapCut on your phone or on your computer?
No, I'm doing it on my computer. I basically sit down my clips at the end of the week. I sit down my clips and I just start making. I make them in bulk, and then when I sit down, I'll start posting. I'll start posting different clips. It's easier for me to do it on my. It's easier for me to do it on my computer than on my phone. But I have noticed that I've suddenly I'm like, this is something I probably should have been doing like years ago, because I'm seeing my numbers go. They keep going up every week. Like this one, like this morning's. I did not expect this morning's CapCut to do that well. I didn't expect last ones to do well, because I ended my stream early. It cracked over 1,000 within 24 hours, and the one that I did today was with Vi doing ASMR, and that one is about to crack 1,000. So I'm doing something right. I know that. All right, we just went into break, so I'm gonna hold my thought there until we get back. But yeah, I'm doing this on my phone. I'm doing this on my computer, and then I transfer them to my phone, and then I post them via my phone.
And I'm having to remind myself right now that comparison is the thief of joy. Because I'm like, why can't I do that? And I'm sitting here going, because you don't have a lot of clippable moments in your streams. My streams are the cozy, work and lurk kind of vibes. So
I think you'd be surprised. I didn't think I would get those many clippable moments doing footage review. But oh my God, I have found some that made me go, oh yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Like
a lot of the ones that could be clippable moments are rated R.
But you know what? That's where you can have some fun with your CapCut, because then you bleep them out. You bleep them out with like funny sound effects or something like that. Because I've done that before, and that's been fun. What's some of the other stupid things I did with CapCut? Oh yeah, then there were some like today I pick up Vi. She's behind me going, Dad, Dad. I pick her up. She starts purring immediately. So I put her up to the microphone. She purrs even louder, and that's when I suddenly went, "Welcome to Viola's ASMR. Remember, you are loved, especially by Viola here. Aren't you, Vi?" And then I put her right up onto the microphone, and you just hear this. And I was like, yep, that's going to be a winner.
Yep.
Sometimes it's the stupid that people really want. And then you just, there have been some clippable moments where I was like, well, that's not really going to go anywhere. And then it just goes completely bonkers. I'm like, wait, what do you mean that's what people want? Are you serious? That's what people want? Okay, whatevs. And you never know. You never know. But even Cozy can make for good content. Even Cozy makes good content. Okay,
I just don't have the patience for it.
There is that. Man, I've talked to so many content creators who just go, "Yeah, I can't do Video editing. I just can't do video editing. I'm like, oh, well, Okay. Welcome back, everybody.
All right, we're back from ads.
Yep.
Panic's favorite moment is for Darude.
She's talking about Panic's talking about when Boo Buddy said, "What's your favorite song?" Mine's Darude's Sandstorm. It goes like this: do 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 do.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
I was there for that.
We were all there for
I was like, what the hell?
What the hell? All right, so before break, we went on ahead and we interpreted the first 3 cards. Now we edit here. Oh dear. Nope, not yet.
I'm back into it. Oh!
All right.
I'm watching your stream on delay.
Sorry. Okay. So now we're back into it. And here we go. All right. Okay, so now we get to the final card. The upright 6 of swords that I'm getting again and again and again. And here's the thing that I think that this may be pertaining to about letting go of something. I have been on the fence. I've been on the fence since January of this year, trying to figure out how am I going to get TwitchCon? How am I going to get TwitchCon? And the more, and I feel like this deck, this very personal deck I have here, is saying to me, no. You need to listen to me right now, which is why I've been getting the 6 of swords. I've gotten this card like 5 or 6 times. I've never gotten it reversed. It's always been upright. And it's that you really need to listen to me about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I started seriously thinking about this because of recent events. I don't know if you were around when I made the announcement, or or if you noticed it on my stream or anything like that, but I just recently got my first official ambassadorship. I just recently.
I don't think I was there for that.
So I basically was made an ambassador. Hang on. I was made an ambassador of this gaming platform called Convoke. And Convoke is a platform that's used for Magic the Gathering. It's a gaming platform where you can bring people together and play Magic online, but unlike Spell Table, it goes beyond. If you want to have a pod of 5 people, if you want to have a pod of 6 people, or even more, you can go up as high as 20, I think, if you want.
Oh wow!
You click on the card, and it gives you a really beautiful, large display of what the card is. You can customize a deck, put it on Moxfield, and then take that link, put it into Convoke, and then when you play that deck, people can ask, what deck is he playing? And then suddenly, boom, there's the whole deck, customized. There's a lot of things this platform can do. I'm not using this to pimp Convoke. No, I'm not that ambassador. But the thing is, my thought is, Convoke, there's a good possibility Convoke is going to be at MagicCon in Atlanta coming in November. I'm like, okay, there's a possibility. Because they could go to MagicCon. I'm sorry, they could go to TwitchCon, sure. But it's more likely somebody from Convoke will be at MagicCon. Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing I'm thinking about. Secondly, because I mentioned MagicCon Atlanta. MagicCon Atlanta is happening the same weekend as TwitchCon. And I think, that it's going to cost me $1,000 just to get out there. Especially now because of the way the current world situation is affecting the price of travel. Now, while I can't drive, I mean, I could. I'd have to map out the very careful trip, but I can't necessarily drive an EV all the way to San Diego. But I could to Atlanta. It'd be very easy to drive to Atlanta. So that's the second thing.
I've made that trip several times
right
on my way to go see my mom.
Right. And on top of that, I've got an EV, so I don't necessarily have to worry about gas prices or anything like that. I just have to make sure there's a charging station somewhere along the way. Then there's number 3. Then there's a third reason. In the month of November, that is when Wizards of the Coast is going to be releasing their last set of the year. And that last set is Star Trek. They're doing a Star Trek set. And I even had a conversation with this wonderful friend that I made through Twitch. Her name is Ash. Ash said hi. And Ash said hi was like, I am so torn because I need to go to TwitchCon to network and to do what I want to do and make the, keep the context and, do all the things, right? And she said, but I really want to go to MagicCon because I want to be there when they make that reveal. And she said, plus it'd be a lot cheaper for me to go there because I live in Atlanta. And that's the other thing. I know for a fact that there are at least 3 people from my pod, from the Mana Buds. They're going to go to MagicCon. They're going to be like, TwitchCon is great. There are people there that I see that I would love to see. But quite honestly, I could make my investment smarter if I went to MagicCon.
There.
And so I feel like the Six of Swords is telling me, regardless of what your situation is, be careful with overinvesting. But let's say, because even Pip has said, T, we're not giving up yet. We're not giving up yet. We're not saying you're not going to going to TwitchCon. Because, we're still job searching. We're just going to stay on it. But even if I got a job, I feel like the Six of Swords is saying, if you get a job, yes, you can go to one of these events. We don't think it's TwitchCon. And that's the way I'm interpreting this weird reading. This is me being upset that I can't go to a lot of these events. This is me watching my friends go to MagicCon in Vegas. And, having that little twinge, especially after when I saw people at, I think it was PAX East. I was feeling that twinge really hard, but I can't go to these events. Mm-hmm. But I see a lot of the friends that I've made there. Then we get to this card, which is saying, you're on the right track. Just don't give up. Just don't question yourself. Don't give up. And as weird as this reading may look, I feel like here it's saying, you know what, T? Yeah, even if you get the ways and the means to go to TwitchCon, don't. Maybe you need to let that go and do MagicCon because it feels like more signs are pointing you towards MagicCon.
Yeah.
And that might have been too much information for your chat and my chat, but you know what? This one, as weird of a reading as it looked on the surface, I do feel like that's what that's saying. Now,
I think that your interpretation is very valid and probably correct, because it is for you. So
I didn't want to necessarily say, what do you think? Am I right or am I right or am I right? It's not necessarily am I right. It's just, and this is the thing about tarot decks in general. They're about interpretation. It's a bit like in the paranormal. It's a bit like the app I love to use called GhostTube Seer, and people say, it doesn't offer anything subjective. It is overly objective, and I'm like, yeah, it is. It's based on interpretation. You don't know what's being said.
Subjective.
Did I get them reversed?
You said objective.
Yeah. I meant it the other way around. Yes, it is a completely subjective app in that you interpret whatever the image is coming up, and I think that's part of the fun of it. It's a different kind of app that is solely driven by your own interpretation of what that image could be, and that's what tarot is, and that's what makes it so fun and frustrating all in the same breath. you know?
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah.
I think that is everything for the episode.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah.
want to you didn't want to have a quick little tangent, because I do have a tangent for you. I
Ooh,
do.
let's go with a tangent. I had
Yeah.
my tangent, so you definitely get one.
So the tangent that I have goes back to the deck. There was a deck that I was seriously considering. There was another deck that I considered for 2 hot minutes, and then I looked and I said, "Oh, it's all AI art generated. No, thank you." But there was another one. It was a deck that I sent pictures to Spence of. Phil Rossi, my buddy of the paranormal, Phil Rossi, got a tarot deck that was all retro sci-fi. Like, they looked like those lovable retro sci-fi book covers of the 60s and 70s, and maybe even the early 80s. But most of them were very sci-fi 60s, sci-fi 70s, women in tight spacesuits and ray guns and all that stuff. But here's the thing I noticed. When I tried to shuffle the deck, if you notice when I shuffle my deck, I turn things around when I cut the deck so that some of the cards will be reversed. Some will, some won't. But I'm constantly doing that because the design that's on this I'll just go ahead and quickly show the design that's on this deck. You can't tell when one side is upright and when it isn't. This has been designed so that when you do that, you can't tell what's reversed and what's not. Now, I don't know if that's normal for all decks, but that's what it is normal.
Like, it's normal to have a background so that you can't tell if the card you have is reversed or not.
So here's the thing I noticed about the sci-fi deck that I was looking at with Phil. There were no. It said it was a tarot deck, but the pattern that was on the back, you could tell when a card was reversed. That was the first thing I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing was is when I did the reading after I cut it the way I did, one, it gave me complete gibberish, and I'm like, because I gave myself that reading, I'm like, okay, and then I read what was in the book, in the guidebook, and the guidebook didn't even have definitions for reversed cards. It was basically doing this thing where it was sort of insinuating, it was trying to insinuate the cards both upright and reversed in one definition. And I found it a little clunky. So I wanted to turn it to you, Spence, and say, are there certain decks out there that they look great on paper, pardon the pun, they look great on paper, but when you actually try to do tarot with them, does the design or the interpretation fall apart?
Yes. And there are certain people who subscribe to the thought that the reverse meanings don't actually mean that you should only do them upright, etc., etc. And that is absolutely, one way of doing tarot, and if that works for you, that's great. Honestly, it's what works and what doesn't. So those posters may have looked great and fulfilled that sci-fi nerd part of you in a satisfying way, but reading them like character wise, because ultimately when we're reading the tarot, especially when we get to the point where you're mostly off book, you are you're connecting with the characters on the card, and that is helping to influence your interpretation. So if the characters on the posters aren't connecting with you in that way, then yeah, you're going to have a hard time doing a reading.
Because I think like I said, I feel like as you've heard me say, I feel like this deck has a lot to say to me. I do.
Mhm.
And it could have just been, even though I had Phil's permission to play around with his deck and give it a try, I didn't feel like the deck was like was as inviting as this deck out of the box. But that could have also been, I was bought for Phil, not for you. And
Right.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm trying. I guess where I'm going at with this is trying to figure out where do I or how do I shop for my next deck. I think that's the big question that I'm asking myself. How do I shop for my next deck? And not that I'm cheating on my deck here. I'm not cheating
So
on my Shadow Tarot. You know, but I'm just wondering what should I be looking for, if that makes sense.
so one of the things that I do, especially like if I go to an event where there are vendors that are selling tarot decks, is I will walk by and I will give it a glance over and see what my eye is drawn to. And that's where I start. That's actually how, well, not totally actually because I love mushrooms, but that's how I found the mushroom spirit deck. Normally I would look for a mushroom tarot deck, but this is
Mm-hmm.
an oracle deck. And I saw it and my partner at the time bought it for me. Um so so there's that.
Right.
I also don't subscribe to the notion that your decks have to be given to you. If they are given to you, amazing. That's wonderful.
Sure.
It's a beautiful gift, but it's not necessary. You want to find what resonates with you. You want to find something that you can connect with um, on a personal level and on a storytelling level, because ultimately you're telling a story. It's not always your own story. Sometimes it's somebody else's story. In my case, where I'm reading for other people. Um, and the person that you're reading for will help fill in some of the gaps in the story.
Hmm.
So
Okay. Okay.
that's that's part of my realizations. And doing these weekly tarot lessons, it's not like I know everything, because I still get inspiration and I still get new understandings for certain cards. There are certain cards that still perplex me to this day. So it's not a I know everything. It's that I just have a lot of experience and
Right.
I've got the basics down and I have my own interpretations, but you can always teach me new tricks.
Okay. Okay. Um, let's see. I actually had another tangent that we could go down, but I'm gonna save that for next week.
That sounds
But
good.
I'm gonna write it down because there was another idea that I and I just
Put it
complete.
in the document.
Yeah. But I thought we'd already covered that, but I could be wrong. But anyway, you'll tell me when I put it in the document. Anyway, now I think that pretty much wraps up that wraps up this week's installment of Outrageous Fortunes.
Awesome.
I thought that was a really good read. I thought that was a really solid read right there,
Hmm.
and I'm feeling good
Hmm.
about it.
Excellent.
Yeah, yeah. So now,
Um, so
what do you got
before
going
I
on?
go, what do I got going on?
Yeah, what do you got going on?
Yeah. So, this will be over by the time that this posts, but if you are in the Virginia area, specifically the Roanoke area, um, there is the Holistic Expo going on this weekend, and that is my big thing that I've got going on. It is a free event. Um, at the Salem Expo Center. But it's I'm very excited. It's a huge event. I really took a risk signing up for a booth, and I'm hoping it pays off. But I will be doing readings there all day on Saturday. Um let's see here. In May I have the um C&O Railway is doing their Heritage Festival the last weekend of May. So the 30th and 31st. And we very much like the C&O
Yes, we do.
people.
Yes,
They
we do. I owe them a proposal. I
for
haven't
more
forgotten.
information, COSI.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about it.
But they specifically asked me to come to do tarot readings,
Oh,
which
that's cool.
I was
That's
tickled pink about.
That's wicked cool.
And then the next weekend in June, I'm doing Body Mind Spirit Fest, also in Roanoke. So
Nice.
and other than that, just streaming and doing the audiobook stuff.
There you go. As for myself,
How about you?
Yeah, as for myself and OSI, by the time this becomes a podcast and is out there, we will have launched the 5th season of Old Spirits Investigations, or Old Spirits. Yeah, go Old Spirits. This is our 5th season on YouTube, and our series is called Old Spirits. It's me and Phil Rossi, and we look at we look at investigations of the paranormal, and we're kicking off season 5 with an investigation of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. And but the fact that we've been at this for 5 years still boggles my mind. I thought to myself when we launched Old Spirits 5 years ago, I said, if we make it 3 years, I'll be thrilled. And we're already talking about where we're going to go in season 6. You know, that's kind of where we're at right now. And I think the reading kind of touched onto that as well, about how, you know, you just got to stay this course and you'll be good. Don't worry. You're doing fine. And I've been spending a lot of the past week and a half taking stuff that we've done on the show and just giving it a different look, giving it a different feel. And it's been fun being able to do that because I'm like, yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is good. And the timing feels right for it too. So we'll just see what happens when we where we are when this episode drops. But we've got that happening, and it's actually July. For anyone in the when you're listening to this, if you are in the Manassas, Virginia area, and you are in Manassas in July 18th, we will be at the regional. We will be at the regional library, starting at 11 o'clock, I believe. No, not 11 o'clock. Can't be 11 o'clock. Hold on. I'll sort it out. I'll figure out when. But or you could just call the Manassas Regional Library and they'll tell you. But at the Manassas Regional Library on Matthias Avenue in beautiful Manassas, Virginia, Phil and I will be there, and we'll be giving a talk called The Top 5 Haunted Places in Virginia and Beyond. And this is us sharing clips and sharing experiences and what we believe are the top 5 most haunted places we visited over the past 5 years. And we're excited about bringing this talk. We're really excited about bringing this talk to Manassas. It should be a lot of fun. And that's it.
Lovely. Awesome. Well, thank you for, being open to my my tangents and my observances and things.
Of course.
And thank you all for joining us, because we're sharing this live on Twitch. So if you want to see us do this live, come join us on Twitch, either at the T Monster or Resonant Moon. Not Resident. I'm not an alien. Yeah. But Resonant Moon.
Resonant. Yes.
Yes. And we do this on Tuesdays at around 2 p.m. Eastern.
2-ish Eastern. 2-ish Eastern. Yeah, that sounds about right.
East.
Two adjacent. And yeah, thank you all so very, very much for joining us here. It's been a lot of fun bringing to you this content, and like I said, the plan is that hopefully I will be able to get off books sooner rather than later, and we will see what happens when that joyous moment takes place. But yeah, this has been fun, and again, thank you, Spence, for agreeing to teach me all this stuff. And I guess we'll see you all next week for more from the cards. And if you have any questions for us between then and now, jot them down and make sure to ask us next time we go live. Thanks again, everybody.
I like that. See you next week for more outrageous fortunes.
There you go. That'll work.
Yeah.
All right.
We got it. We'll fix it in post.